Hello, winners. I hope you're excited about the day because I am. I'm super excited. I want to welcome you to Boss Rise Up Talk Show with yours truly, Tamira Bell. You guys, I'm excited. If you're an entrepreneur, business owner, self-employed, I want you to get ready for some nuggets, get ready for some gems, get ready for some keys. I'm telling you, because we winning in 2022. If you made five figures last year, you need to make up in your mind that in 2022 you making six figures. If you made six figures last year, you need to make up in your mind that in 2022 you're making seven figures. I'm so excited, you guys, about this new year. There were some things that I was able to accomplish. My husband and I, we were able to accomplish in 2021. We were able to open up our own funeral home in 2021. We had our beautiful son in 2021. So there was a lot of ventures that we was going after, and we actually accomplished it. And guess what? I hope there's some things that you accomplished in 2021. But guess what? This is a whole nother year. And so guess what? You need to realize that whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve. You first need to realize that you're a winner. You did not get in business to lose. You got in business to win. Like I always say, guess what? When it comes to business, when you bought that LLC, when you bought that S corporation, when you bought that C corporation, what you are gifted in is no longer a hobby. You are worth more than a hobby. And it's time to orchestrate your business like that, a hobby. So, you guys, I am so excited about the guests that we have on today. Go ahead and get excited. Pull out your notebook, pull out your iPads, pull out your tablets, whatever to take notes, but also get ready to invest. Because you got to remember, when you're in business, whatever you invest, it's all about return, baby. And if you're not willing to invest in your business, how in the world can you expect a return in your business? And so I want you guys to get ready. Make sure you press that share button. Go ahead and share with your business associates, business partners, business friends. All right. Go ahead and do that for us, because the information, the insight that we're going to give to you today is going to be valuable and it's going to be worth it. So, you guys, I want you to give it up, get ready, get excited. And I want to introduce to some and introduce the others. Michael.
Hello, hello, hello,
Awesome. Hello, Michael. How are
hello.
you doing? How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I love the music in the background. What you know about KB?
Oh yes, oh yes. Let me
Yes,
tell you, some people might think that I wear the pearls, but baby, I love that rap music. Come on now.
love. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, I gotta put you up on some others, but hey, I feel you.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Michael, if you could just start by telling the people a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your business as well.
Okay, so my name is Michael Hugue. I'm the owner and founder of Playbook Studios. Um, my wife, I have a wife. I just had a daughter, November 16, actually,
Oh,
and
congratulations.
yeah, so we're new parents, so we're, making it work, and we're not new to the entrepreneurship, and just making, like I say, we all want to stop the 9 to 5 and get our business rolling and stuff. So and that's what I'm doing with Playbook Studios in a sense. Um, so I'm a designer at heart. I went to school for graphic design, and I'm a visual artist as well. I did gallery shows in Atlanta, auction off paintings, did my own shows as well, Art Basel, things of that nature. Um, so with the from visual art to graphic design, videography, production, all that stuff, I'm very versatile. But what I really special uh, so what I really specialize in is pretty much branding. That's my niche. As designers or graphic designers, or just being a creative director in a sense, we tend to wear many hats. But in this case, um, my niche or my business is focused on branding. We do design as well to follow up with your branding, so they kind of work hand in hand. But pretty much we specialize mostly. I specialize mostly in branding, and something um, that's been dear to me. Is something that's new, and I feel like it will help a lot of entrepreneurs out. It's something called brand strategy. So yes. So something called brand strategy. That's something that's really what can be helpful to a lot of entrepreneurs and solopreneurs. All the major corporations do it, from Nike to Airbnb to, if you have a brand, that's something I'm sure a lot of mega business owners investing into.
I definitely understand that and dealing with branding. And I think a lot of new entrepreneurs really need to understand the importance of branding.
Hmm.
From my experience, a lot of people tend to waste money and have to spend more money because when it comes to branding, they tend to try to do it themselves or go
Hmm.
the cheaper route. So, Michael, what would you tell that entrepreneur that's actually new in business going into 2022? And they're like, okay, I want a logo, but I don't want to spend all that money for a logo, or I'm gonna do it myself. What are some insights that you can give that entrepreneur that will help them understand branding just a little bit more?
Actually, to really um understand the true part of their business, because what I notice is, like, I ask questions all the time with some of my clients. Um, we have a chart. It's a brand strategy chart, and it breaks down the internal brand, which is your purpose, your mission, your values, and your purpose, mission, values, and your vision. All that stuff works as one. Then you have your positioning, which is your audience, your competitors, what makes you different. That works in another way. Then you have your brand characteristics, which is your brand personality, your brand character. And then you have the tone of voice. That's another one. And then you have the brand message. You have the core message and the storytelling message. And then that right there alone is what's under the iceberg. What we see is what's on top of the iceberg is the logo, the website, the name, the social media. But we haven't invested in all those other parts of of the brand strategy. And that's what's wrong with a lot of entrepreneurs. We start off with a logo or a website and, oh, I have a brand. But honestly, you just have a logo on a website. You really don't have a brand. You know, when you think about Nike, Nike doesn't tell you how they make shoes better than Under Armour, or they make shoes better than Adidas, or they're the number one in the market for sportswear. They never say that. Nike has a value set, they have a vision, and they complete their mission. Those are things that they market. When you look at it, one of their commercials, their 5 step commercials. You wake up in the morning, oh my gosh, I'm hurt. I mean, you wake up in the morning, and then from there you go to you go running. I'm running, and then, man, I hit the pain. Oh my gosh, my leg, I done caught a cramp. But then after that, you think about the willpower, and then you win the race. All that right there is from their storytelling. That's how they market to us. That's how they get us to believe that, oh, I could be like the person in that commercial, or I could be like, the person in that advertising campaign. They don't never tell you why Nike's better than Adidas. Um, so that's the biggest thing, is really understanding those core values of why your business is what it is, outside of just the logo, the website, and the tagline, if anything.
I want to say I love how you were able to bring up Nike, because one of the things is it shows that you've done your research as an entrepreneur. I think a lot of people jump into entrepreneurship without actually doing the proper research for the
Hmm.
industry that they're in.
Yeah.
Um, and I love how you were talking about the taglines, and just because you have a website and a logo doesn't mean you have a brand. I think you just open up the eyes of a lot of blind entrepreneurs, because a lot of them actually do think that because they have a logo, because they have a website, that is their brand, but their brand is so much more than that. And one of the things I always tell my clients is, what is your mission statement? What is your vision? I need to know those things, but also I always tell them, you got to have a business plan. I realize that a
Hmm.
lot of people in entrepreneurship do not want the business plan, but if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. And
Yeah.
so we have to understand that in business. So Michael, when it comes to branding and somebody's watching that's an entrepreneur, what are some of the first things that you would tell them that would help them when picking someone to help them with branding? What should they be looking for?
I say, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be very transparent. I was a designer, and I thought I understood branding. I understood brand identity. There's a difference. You have brand strategy. You have brand identity. Some people just do brand strategy. Some people just do brand identity, but they both work together. And when you look at it, if somebody say, "Hey, I could do your logo," they could give you the color marks, the different variations, all that stuff, but you're still gonna be missing a picture. Like, yo, like, ask me about my brand. Like, it's just like a relationship with somebody. Like, yo, I just don't want to take you on a date and be like, all right, cool, let's get married. Like, take me through those steps that I gotta go through to get to this certain point. Because at the end of the day, it's an unknowing for that entrepreneur. So the entrepreneur really have to be mindful, and I say do their research. Look at the person website, because a lot of graphic designers, because nowadays you have DIY. People could go get a logo on Fiverr, which is cool. People go get a logo. People just do logos. That's it. I have a lot of friends that either just do logos, they just do websites, and they do these websites and logos for people, and it's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But for entrepreneur, you have a marketing strategy, you have a brand strategy, and you have a business plan. The brand influences the marketing, and the business plan is everything that encompasses the brand and the marketing. So it's really, it's hard to say what nowadays, because it's so tricky. You really gotta, really know what you're doing. And to answer that question, it's just really actually, getting into it. Because like I say, people come a dime a dozen. So I say, do your research on that person who's doing the design or brand for you. That's what I would say.
Awesome, awesome. I think you gave a great response. Because one of the things is I love how you said it's the difference between brand strategy and brand identity. Because there are some graphic designers that may be actually listening and they think that they have the strategy part of branding down pat when really and truly they can only identify, as far as the visual side of the brand.
Hmm.
So I'm definitely glad that you brought that up. Because we as entrepreneurs, especially in the time that we're living in now with social media, we have to really know exactly what we want in our business so that
Hmm.
we don't make we minimize the mistakes.
Hmm.
So when utilizing social media, Michael, what are some things that you would advise some entrepreneurs to look for or consider when it comes to branding as well as marketing?
Um, First thing first is branding, influence, marketing. That's the first thing first. Branding, influence, marketing. And the reason I say it is because I have a friend that's a marketer that does marketing. He cannot help you if he don't know what is art, like what is done. It's like I say, branding attracts. So it's like I look at it as a charger, a phone. We want to get the juice from the phone. So you have the outlet and you have the phone. The outlet would be the marketing. It attracts. I mean, and the branding would be that connection. So it's connecting the marketing and the phone together, giving the phone a source of power. If that makes sense. Um, so can you repeat your question again? I'm sorry.
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. Okay, so we're basically in the social media time right now. So
Hmm.
what would you tell that entrepreneur when it comes to like strategies or steps when it comes to branding as well as marketing, trying to drive their business in the social media world, utilizing social media platforms? What are some things that you would advise for them to actually do that will be beneficial to their business?
Okay. Pretty much making sure that you're on the right social media channel. That would be the first thing, because not everybody can be on Instagram, not everybody can be on Facebook, not everybody can be on TikTok. Like your brand may not be the brand that attracts Facebook audience. I mean, Instagram audience. You may want to be on Facebook, depending on what your brand is and the people that it's trying to attract. If you're going out the young, the younger generation, you want to be on probably TikTok, or you going after older millennials. I mean, the older generation. you want to be probably on Facebook. And if you're going after, business savvy people, you maybe want to be on LinkedIn. So it's just, it's like fishing. Knowing if I want to catch a fish, what pond do I fish in? Do I use salt water? I mean, do I use worms or do I use, a squid head in a sense? You know, what I catch in the bait that I use in fresh water, I may not be using salt water. So it's pretty much knowing the environment that you're trying to fish in, or knowing the environment or the market that you're trying to step foot in, and looking at your competitors, seeing what they're doing in the market, um, and that all stems from a brand strategy, knowing how to position yourself. That's one of the big things. Um, a position strategy, which is in that umbrella brand strategy. Knowing who's the audience, knowing who's the competitors, where they're at. How do I get it? How do I see what they're doing in a sense, and then knowing what makes you different. You go on social media, see, okay, cool. They're using Instagram. All right, cool. Let's use Instagram too, and let's see what they're doing, what's working for them, and then we're going to try to do it in our own way to make it work for us. As a visual artist, I love a couple artists and stuff. I love their work. So what I would do, I would actually, I see what I like and I try to mimic it. But at the end of the day, what makes it mine is how I make it my own as an artist. Instead of adding blue, I may add, I may do a mono chromatic color scheme. So it's just, once you find what's going, like my professor always told me, you can never reinvent the wheel. So that's the first thing I would say is look what's out there, look what's going, look what's been working, and try to find that gap where you could fill it in a sense.
Well, I can say your professor is a very smart man,
Yeah.
because that's something I say all the time. Stop trying to rewrite the wheel, reinvent the wheel. Business is a system. Figure the
Hmm.
system out. You'll be successful in business.
I
Um,
agree.
and that's just real. So, how long have you been an entrepreneur? What inspired you to actually become an entrepreneur?
So first, the thing that inspired me to become an entrepreneur was I'd say my parents, my mom, my dad. My dad had three parents. My two of my dads, my biological dad, my dad that raised me, and my mom. They all kind of sowed seeds in me. My biological dad is an entrepreneur to this day. He owns his own food truck, and he opened up a couple restaurants down in Miami. My other dad, he has his own um, lawn service business, which is doing really good. And just my mom that's still in hard work in me, and like, yo, like, you gotta do something different. It's time. Every generation should level up for the family. You know, so and then from there, jumping into business for myself, being around like-minded people. My mentor, Mr. Davis, which he was my high school teacher. He actually helped me sell my first painting. Um, and he actually taught me the skills of business. I had a painting that I did, a Bugatti piece, sold it for 200, and the person I sold it to, he went to go sell it for 10,000. You know, so and that's when I was in high school. So just learning, getting the expertise, getting around like-minded people, and just wanting to do more and be more. And like I said, it took me some time to get to where I'm at now, but I found my groove, and I think I'm in it, and I'm here to stay. So that's what just made me become an entrepreneur. My family wanted to stay home, but my daughter, getting rid of the 9 to 5, and my wife, helping us build for our families, and just pushing it. So that's actually what's really pushing me on this entrepreneurial journey. Well, keeping me going on the entrepreneurial journey.
That's awesome. A lot of times it's gonna be family that drives you. I always tell people I have an entrepreneurship background. My dad owned 7 businesses growing up. So by the
Mm,
time I was 15, I had started doing payroll. So I have been owning my own business since I was 19 years old.
that's
I
good.
always tell people out of my adulthood life, I'm 32. I've
Mm,
only worked for somebody 9 months of my adulthood life.
that's
Everything
good.
else has been myself. And my husband and I, we're both entrepreneurs. We've been entrepreneurs since we've known each other. And
That's
so
good.
when it's in your blood, when you come from it, You
Hmm.
gotta go into it, you know.
Yeah.
And I love how you said every generation levels up. That is
Yeah.
so inspiring right there, because that is the truth. You got to
Yeah.
have that mindset, because even now my husband and I were talking about, you know, the businesses that we're going to pass down to our children. And I
Hmm.
already know that your daughter's going to come with some of the gifts that you and your wife have. And just because you're walking in entrepreneurship, you're teaching her at an early age how to be
Hmm.
an entrepreneur without even trying. It's gonna just flow in her, you know. It's just gonna
Yeah.
be
I
come apart.
agree.
And so, one of the things that I would like to ask you today is, what are some things that you have learned as you have journeyed on this entrepreneurship role that you would like to share with the people, that, you know, for that entrepreneur that's like, man, I'm gonna give up. This I can't do this anymore.
Man, I'll say okay. My first business that I had was called. Well, I cut yard, did all that stuff, but my truly first business was when I started selling T-shirts. So I would put my artwork on T-shirts, and we did the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, celebrities. We got into the stores. We sold overseas. It was going good. But what I didn't notice is that it takes time. It took me, 5 years to actually understanding what branding was, what marketing was while I was doing this business. And just, I thought I had to go back to school to do marketing. I had to go back to school to do this and all this stuff. But really, it wasn't it was just yeah, keeping your foot in the ground and staying solid. And that kind of, went it didn't go left, but it got to a point I was like, you know what? I'm tired of doing this. Like I loved it so much that it could be a burnout. It could be just like man, like I want to hit that spot. And even when I reached those goals, when I got into a couple stores for the first time, it still felt like I had to do more and more and more. So just keeping that going and pushing that, if that makes sense. If I answered your question, by the way.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. Okay, so we're gonna continue on, because I want to continue to talk about branding. Okay, I want to continue
Hmm.
to talk about brand. All right, so when it comes to branding, what are some things that you would tell somebody who who's new? They're new. Hold on one second. Who's new? And hold on one second. All right, so what is something that you would tell somebody who's new in the business? Okay,
Hmm.
you went to school for this, but they're gifted to do it, but they're not in school for it. What would you tell them? How would you tell them to start? Would you advise that they go to school, or would you advise that they pursue?
I would say get some knowledge under your belt. If I want to be the next LeBron, LeBron had to go to, play in school. He had to, he probably did his own thing on the side, practicing and stuff. Because both of them, they work hand in hand. You need the knowledge and you need the experience as well. So I'd say try to get both under your belt. And nowadays, a lot of times, a lot of people are doing courses. They're doing master classes. You know, so I say find a course that's very trustworthy and jump on that course and study it like it's night and day. Because like I say, I'm a graphic designer at heart. I went to school to become a graphic designer. But within the graphic design realm, you have different things. You can do package design, logos. You can do different type of stuff. You know. But what for me, I was more like geared towards branding. Like I want to do brand identity. And when I got around people and it was like, yo, you can do brand strategy. I'm like, what is brand strategy? And it's just being around those people that have experience and, getting, like I say, people make people successful. So getting around like minded people and that's willing to teach you and not teach you in a way where they're trying to break you down to build you up, but teach you in a way where, okay, cool, I see where you at. Let's expand from there. Let's take it up a notch. So that's pretty much what I would say. Like try to get knowledge under your belt because knowledge is key and try to get some experience as well. So if you're already a graphic designer, start off with like do something different. Like I say, nowadays a lot of people are doing DIY, do it yourself, and it's like, okay, cool. What more can I bring to the table besides somebody that could go to Staples to do a logo, or they could go to Fiverr to do a logo? What more can I bring to the table? So I say that.
Awesome. What more can you bring to the table? I think that is very vital and very important. As an entrepreneur, one of the things that I have learned, I'm going to use the funeral home for example. We believe, and this came with time. This is not something that you just know. But let the experts do what they do best.
Yeah.
The experts do what they do best. And so, Michael, when it comes to colors,
Hmm.
branding, and I have that question for you, but
Hmm.
this is the question. Wait, I gotta go back. Because you made a statement. You did a painting in high school,
Yeah.
Bugatti painting. You sold it for 200.
Hmm.
He turned around and sold it for 10,000. What did that do for you in that moment to know that you sold it for 200 and somebody took the same painting and sold it for $10,000?
Before or after my mama killed me.
Oh Lord.
So it really made me really, really understand it could be a passion. And yeah, like a friend was telling me, this is a hobby for you right now, you know. And I understood, and a lot of times as creators we understand the creative side of things, but it's hard for us to understand the business side. And when you look at people like DJ Khaled, the Drakes of the world, the Michael Jacksons, the Michael Jordans, the LeBrons, like they understand, they love what they're doing, they love the game of it. But what makes you keep on going is understanding the business side too. So I wanted to understand the business side, and I hate doing paperwork. I hate paperwork. You can tell my wife. My wife, that's what she did. But I hate paperwork with a passion. But I had to get to a point where I had to understand, okay, cool. I may not go wear all the hats, but I need to know what's going on. I need to, if I'm gonna be the coach, I gotta know what every player is doing on the field. You know, that's what. Or if I want to be that actor, I need to know my lines like front and back. So it just pretty much made me understand. Like if I'm going into business, I need to know the paperwork side of it, which is say the business side, because there's different parts. You got the PR and all that stuff. But I
Right.
need to understand the business side, and I need to understand the creative side as well. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just really understanding different elements. You don't have to be an expert in all, and that's what I had to realize. I didn't have to be an expert. I just need to understand. So it made me go a little bit deeper and go into the business aspect, not as being business savvy, but at the same time understanding, how would somebody work in the office, the guy that's pushing the paper in a sense versus the guy that's doing the branding because they work hand in hand. It's
Right.
just we work as you work in different parts of the business.
When you said that, I'm gonna tell you, when you said that you charged him 200, he paid 200, but then he sold it for 10,000. What I heard and what I saw in your was he knew your worth.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
he knew your worth. And I think as entrepreneurs, a lot of times when we price things, we get really, that's when it gets shaky
yeah,
because it's like we don't want to charge too high, we don't want to go too low, we don't want to make a mistake in that pricing. And I think when you're new in entrepreneurship, you tend to make a mistake in pricing, you tend to lowball. But what I'm learning now is that we even have entrepreneurs that are going uh, pricing more than they should.
yeah. And
And
it's yeah, like I said, you can't like I say in the art world, you can't really put a value on art. But at the end of the day, it's the value that it brings. Like, okay, cool. You could go, like I tell people, yeah, you could go get a logo from Fiverr and all these places, which is cool. But what I'm doing is I'm teaching you, I'm giving you knowledge, I'm giving you value. You can't put a price on value. And if you find that this is valuable for you, you're gonna buy it no matter what. You're gonna save up your money if you have to get. Because like I say, overall, I did a thing on my social media, pricing versus value. A lot of times with price, we look at the price point of a thing, of an object. But if I go to that same object and somebody's gonna look at the value of it more than the price. Okay, cool. This, $10,000. All right, cool. I understand the value of this. So I'm gonna put in the money for it. So people got to really push the value of a thing more than the price or the money aspect of something.
Right. So I'm gonna take a really pause on asking you different questions because I really want you to tell the people about your business. So, what are some of the services that you provide for that entrepreneur that's like, okay, I want help in branding? So, what are some of the services, and if you want to include prices, you can of
Hmm.
your business.
Okay. So like I said, I'm a designer at heart, but I don't treat it as all right. Every price, every package fits all. It's like a doctor. You come in there, instead of me giving you Tylenol and be like, hey, your hair hurt, you got Tylenol, take it. No, I'm the doctor that say, hey, um, let's come in, let's take a CAT scan, let's take a CT scan, let's scan, let's see what's the root of the issue. So we have different and those different price points, is I start off with brand strategy first, whether somebody want a logo or a website. Always do brand strategy first because I need to know your brand. And we start off with the brand foundation, which is pretty much the purpose of everything, purpose, vision, mission, values. And then that's one package right there. Then we start off with the brand. Then we have brand focus, which is your competition, your your audience, and um, your what makes you different. That right there that's the brand focus. And then we have the whole thing, which is encompass everything, which is called game time, which is the whole brand strategy aspect of it. Um, so that's what, or we have discovery sessions as well, which is all of that right there conducive in one thing. So we have discovery aspects for some people that can't afford that, and that's how we pretty much break everything down to get to if somebody wants a logo or a website or whatever it is. So that's pretty much how we break it down.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you all that's listening in, I mean, you're getting some great keys right now. But you all that's listening in, you also need a brand strategist, okay? You need someone that's going to help you with branding, and Michael can definitely help you. I can hear the passion in your voice. I it's almost like I know your experience without knowing it. You know how you can just
Yeah.
feel something? It's like I can feel it. I really can. Now, while you're on this entrepreneurship journey, okay,
Mhm.
uh, what are some things in 2022 that you're looking to accomplish as an entrepreneur?
Okay, so the first thing I want to get at least 500. Well, at least I'm not gonna say 500, but I want to get at least over 100 reviews on Google. That's my first thing I want to do. And right now, I'm setting goals each month. I want to hit a certain mark. Either have two clients for brand strategy, or I want to have, I want to do more. Probably need to do more workshops, push more workshops. We're gonna do a lot of workshops next year, for people, and then we're gonna like develop modules for people to help them, understand. For people that want to be creators that don't know where to start. So modules, workshops, speaking engagements, podcasts, just pretty much get the awareness out there. And then each year hit a mark of how many, projects we may do. So the goal is to do at least 4 projects a month.
Nice, nice. So I have a question for you because you said you're gonna try to get at least two clients for brand strategy and things of that nature. So my question to you is, do you know how many people you have to touch in order to get those two?
How many people do I have to touch?
Touch,
I,
talk to,
I would
communicate
say,
with.
I'd say probably 10 people. I'd say no more than 10 people a day.
Mm.
10 business owners a day. That's the goal, is hitting at least 10 local businesses a day to get them, or solo entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs.
Awesome. I love your answer. Because as a business coach, this is something that I go over with people
Mhm.
all the time, building your clientele.
Yeah.
One of the things that I learned was one of the easiest things to do in life is make money.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, if you have that mindset, you view money totally different. Because some people think making money is actually one of the hardest things to do. Okay. Now, You said 10 people. Now the system says working for 2, you're gonna need 20. Okay?
Yeah.
You're gonna need 20. But I love how you say I'm gonna touch 10 people a day. I'm telling you, do that, Michael. You're gonna see your business explode on you, and it's gonna be mind blowing. Last year, 2021, I was touching like 53 people a week. And
That's
I'm
good.
talking about talking to them, literally doing Zoom calls. I was doing like 53 a week because I had a number that I was trying to reach and I knew the system of numbers.
Hmm.
And so that helped me, but it also allowed me to connect to people. So even if I couldn't service them, there was a connection, there was a networking opportunity. You get
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And so that's going to be the plus side. And that's what I love about social media. Social media allows you to go global in
Hmm.
your business. Well, back in the day, during our parents' time, guess what? They
Yeah,
didn't
it's
have social
neighborhood.
media like that.
Yeah.
Everything was local. They had a local business, but social media said, no, you can actually start a business and go global,
Yeah.
you know and that's really the plus side. And so I always tell people, get out of the box, because your biggest clientele might be in China. You never know, right? You never know where your biggest clientele is going to be. Now I don't know like how many two clients will make you in 1 month, Michael, but I do believe that if you touch the right number of people this year in 2022, you can make 6 figures if that's what you want to do. You
Hmm.
can do it. Now, a lot of people in the entrepreneurship that are new to entrepreneurship, I'm going to say new. When I say new, I'm talking about they don't have that entrepreneurship background. Their parents worked a 9 to 5. Okay. And now they've decided to be an entrepreneur because of COVID, because of the pandemic and all of those things. They may feel like you don't need a business coach, you don't need a coach. What would you tell an entrepreneur that's listening? How do you feel about the whole coaching thing when it comes to business?
I say you always need a coach, no matter what, how far how you go, because just like somebody would look up to you, or just like you look down. I'm not gonna say down in a bad way, but just like somebody would look up to you, you need to look up to somebody else.
That's
So,
good.
because if you're not accountable to somebody, then look, you're gonna fall regardless of the situation. And that's why I'm here where I'm at now, because I had coaches. I'm a sports guy. That's why I call it Playbook Studios. Everybody need a playbook to win. And you always need that person to guide you along the path, whether it's a coach, a mentor, however you want to name it. But you need that, and that's vital today in society, because a lot of times everybody want to jump out there in the deep end and they don't know how to swim. And
Right.
so now, and like I say, if you started at 1, why do I need to start at 1? Why can't I start at 3? You know?
Right.
So
It's I love how you said that's how you came up, because I was gonna ask you, how did you come up with Playboy Studios? Because I played college basketball. So
nice.
um, I always tell people I played for an undefeated championship team.
Hmm.
But I did not realize how much a sport is compared to business and life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is
And
crazy. And if you
mhm.
look at it like a game, you're actually winning business. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, you're
that's what it
actually
is.
really winning business, because that's all it is. It'll
Mhm.
bring that excitement, it'll bring that momentum. And so have you ever been at a point, Michael, where you thought maybe I should work a 9 to 5? Maybe this isn't for me. And if you were at that point, what are some things that you did to get you out of that place, that got you out of that place?
Um, you know, my mentor, like I said, my mentor, he just actually my mentor is very amazing guy, Chevis Davis. Um, he told me, yo, you need to make your salary. If you're doing if because he made his salary part time when I was in high school. He was making his salary part time as a teacher with his business part time. So when he went full time, he actually, made double of his salary that he was working part time. So that's something I would say is make sure you make, because we all got to live at the end of the day. Being an entrepreneur is, yes, it's good freedom, but, I got a family to provide for, I got a family that's like willing to, like they need me to do what I need to do for, and that's just part of, my dignity as a man. So you know, put the number, like you say, numbers are a strong thing. Put the numbers there. What do I need in order to, make this work, plus get the business flowing? So, like I say, put the numbers to the test, So that's what I
Mm.
would say first.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so the last question that I'm going to ask you, dealing with branding, um, what what would you leave us with to make us say, I want to buy from Michael. I want Michael to help me with my branding. Why you, Michael? Why you?
Well, the reason, well, me is because I would say me personally because the knowledge, knowledge can go a long way. Like I say, knowledge is like I said, I pay for things and I paid for it and I did things only because of knowledge. Like my dad, just real quick story. Came home, my dad was like he was working a job 9 to 5, and he worked to that job only because he wanted to learn a certain type of style of cooking. He did the training. They paid for his training. Once he learned that style of cooking, he quit. Well, 2 weeks later, he quit. It's like you can't knowledge. That's the only way you're going to win in life is knowledge. He quit and he went. Now he owns his own business, doing that same style but in his own way. So I say the knowledge, and then I'm going to be accountable to you because my thing is if it works for you, it works for me. Like we help each other. I need you as much as you need me you know. Um, because like I said, just because we do branding, everything else comes from that. That's just the foundation. So it's just like I say, it's more it's a relationship. We form a trusting relationship with my clients now. Like if they need me, they could call me. They have my number. And I give them a call as well. Like I'm accountable and then at the same time accessible, you know, to certain hours. But I'm accessible. Like sometimes I call them like, hey, how's your business going? I check in. So it's not just, oh, we're gonna do this and we done. No, like let's build this partnership. Let's grow. Like I say, as you grow, I grow. And like I say, it when I gain more knowledge, you gain more knowledge. So it's like, we walk this path together.
Wow, awesome. Oh man. I don't know about y'all, but that was convincing for me because it's like I want somebody passionate. Anybody I partner with got to be passionate about what they do and got to be about relationship building, not
Mhm.
just the money, but relationship building. We are in the relationship building industry. That like it is what it is. It doesn't matter what you do. Anything centered around branding, marketing, business, it's relationship building.
Yeah, money
Um,
comes and go. So
Come on, money comes and go. That is so true. It is crazy. It's recycled. That's all it is. I'm just gonna say, be
yeah,
real. Um, and so, Michael, I definitely thank you for coming on the Boss Rise Up Talk Show.
no problem.
Anything you would like to leave the people before we actually leave today?
Follow me on IG. That's the biggest thing. Is at Playbook Studios. XOXO. Just put it like that. So Playbook Studios, and just continue to keep on pushing your brand. And my website playbookstudios.net. So like I say, just continue pushing your brand and just follow. I drop nuggets on my social media channel, or well, on my IG. I drop different things about branding, different tips, and like I said, I want to build that community of entrepreneurs that that we could build that relationship and we could keep it going. Like I say, money it comes and go, but the relationship is what's going to stay solid at the end of the day. So that's where we're at. Like I say, just follow, sign up. I have a brand strategy on there for you guys if you want to take a look at it on my in my Instagram bio. So, well, purpose strategy, which is part of brand strategy. Purpose strategy is free. So, like I say, take a look, have at it, and if you need to connect, I'm always open to talk. And just go from there. I'm all about building relationships. I love people. I love people at the end of the day. So,
Me too. I love people. I love interaction. I love building
yeah,
relationships. So I'm excited about this connection. I'm excited to see where you're gonna be by the end of 2022. I'm rooting for you. I really
thank
am.
you, thank you.
Um, I really am excited. You guys make sure that you go out and follow Michael, follow him on his social media platforms. Tune in when he's streaming live, learn what you have, but also plug in. Plug in. That is going to be very vital. Plug in into this young man's future, his business, because the truth is, as I'm listening to him talk as a business coach, I can truly say that he knows his stuff. I could truly say that he
Thank you,
knows
thank you.
his stuff, and it's going to be of value to your business. All right. So you guys, again, give it up for Michael. You guys with Playbook
Book,
Studios.
Playbook Studios. Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Michael.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, you guys. So this is the Boss Rise Up. I'm just super excited about the guests that are coming in 2022. I'm excited about the things that we were able to learn from Michael, learning about his business, learning about marketing strategy, business brand strategy, right? Because I know some of you probably like, oh, I only do brand identity. I thought, I did brand strategy as well. Guess what? Michael just downloaded some nuggets on the inside of you, made you realize, you ain't no brand strategist yet, but there are brand strategies in place like Michael. And so you definitely want to connect with him so you can take your business to another level. Why? Because we're in a whole nother year, y'all. And guess what? You have the chance and the ability to become successful in what you do, and successful in your business, and build the relationships needed so that you can help your family, right? So that you can help your family, but at the same time help other families, you guys. So you guys, if you are saying to yourself, man, I'm loving this right now, go ahead and press that share button for me. Tag some business partners, business associates. Let them watch the replay because these nuggets were valuable. These nuggets were worth it. So you guys, I am Coach Tamira Bell with Boss Rise Up Talk Show. And until next time, you guys be blessed. Continue to win in your business. Take your business to another level for you and your family. And remember, be consistent this year. Get uncomfortable this year and go out there and win. You guys have a blessed day. Love each and every one of you. Until next time.